Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
And welcome to episode 28 of Adventures in Mousecapades. Today, we are talking all about axolotls. Hey, Nathan.
Huh.
You know what they say about axolotls?
I don't know what.
The axolotl questions.
Ba-dum-bum.
Sterling had a shirt that said that. I axolotl questions.
And he does, which is awesome.
Yes. Today we are actually talking about the third leg of our back-to-back.
How many third legs did we have?
Oh my.
Okay, that's a different podcast. Anyhow, moving on.
No, this would be the third leg of our trip, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But
no, just don't. Just stop. This is our
Adventures
land.
in Mousecapades After Dark.
Shush. This is the land portion.
Got it.
Of our fall 2015 trip.
Indeed.
My goodness.
Did I make you flustered? I apologize.
Woohoo.
So like we talked about last week, we had a back-to-back cruise on our way down the West Coast. And now we told our kids, yep, we're off to the airport. Mm-hmm. But to get to the airport, we have to walk a couple blocks to get to the train station to take a train to the airport.
Yep.
And we walked a couple blocks to the train station there in downtown San Diego. And we had a train booked to get us up to Anaheim.
Mm-hmm. With a slight delay in the middle of it.
We discovered that the first 15 or 20 miles was going to be via bus.
Yep.
Because they were working on the tracks. So that was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But they handled it. They handled it all okay.
Yep.
And again, planes, trains, and automobiles, and buses at this point. It was another beautiful train trip up the coast, like right running along the water. Mm-hmm. It was absolutely beautiful. I really wish this country did more via train. Like, it's just a great way to travel.
It is, yeah.
But I digress.
It takes a little longer just because you have all the stops.
Yes.
But yeah, we ended up at the train station in Anaheim and got a car to take us from the station to Disneyland Hotel.
Which is when we surprised our kids and said, hey, by the way, we're not going to the airport.
I think the driver surprised the kids.
Yes.
Like, oh, you guys are heading to Disneyland Hotel? And Caitlin's like, what? Oh, yeah, by the way. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
And for our stay at the Disneyland Hotel, I had wanted to do a little bit nicer room. I wanted to do kind of one of the suite options they have. Not like the super fancy suites. I think they're just like a club level room that has a little more room in it.
Right.
It's like a 1 bedroom.
And access to the club.
And access to the club. Yeah.
It's kind of a lounge. They have some snacks and you can view fireworks and stuff from there and things like that.
So we got to the hotel. Actually, I think I just did a suite. I didn't do the club level because I remember we got to the hotel.
Yeah.
The room wasn't ready yet. And I had been kind of going back and forth on, do I want to pay the extra per night to add club level to it? And
which you never involve me in these conversations because as soon as I get involved in these, the answer is, well, of course we're going to do that.
Yeah. But I was talking with the cast member and kind of being like, I don't know. I mean, I've thought about it. I don't know if we'll be there enough. And she just looked at me and she was looking at her computer too and doing stuff on it. And then she's like, oh, you want to do club level. Trust me. I mean, you should do club level for this trip. Like, oh, okay.
At which
Okay,
point
I will
I was
do
like, okay, yeah, let's go. Like,
Yeah,
sure,
let's do
let's
it.
do it. Alicia
we
was still
did.
on the fence. Again, this is where I tend to tip the scales to like, of course we're going to sit up front in the airplane, and of course we're going to go to the really nice fancy meal. And
Yeah. So we did club level for this, but the room, of course, was not quite ready yet. So she asked if we had park tickets, and we said, "Oh yeah, we've got 3-day park hoppers." She's like, "Okay, why don't you just go over to the park for a couple hours? Your room should be ready around 4:00, and we'll text you with the room number, and then you can come in."
Right. And the way they set it up was, we'll let you know what your room number is. You've already got your key cards. They'll be, ready to go. And so you can go right to your room. I'm like, okay, sweet.
Yeah.
So we went off to the parks.
Yes. And we started off, it looks like, at...
Autopia.
Yes, we started off there. And Sterling and I were in a car, and then Caitlin was behind us, and then Nathan was behind Caitlin.
Yes.
And we've got this cute little video of Sterling driving, and he's concentrating very hard. Yes. He's got his tongue peeking out of his mouth, while he's turning really hard. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is the last time I ever tried to squeeze myself into one of these puny little Autopia cars.
I don't think you'll go on it anymore.
No. It was so painful.
Yeah.
I'm a bigger dude. I've got really long legs and my knees just don't fit, which is not good because I have a surgically repaired knee. So, it's just not for me.
Yes. After Autopia, we saw Captain America.
Yeah.
He happened to be in this little area over by Tomorrowland. Mm-hmm. And the pictures here, the cast member playing Captain America looks like John Walker.
Yes, he does.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Foreshadowing?
Foreshadowing for sure.
Yes. So Captain America chatted with Caitlin and Sterling for a bit, and they got some pictures, and they pulled us in for some pictures too.
Yeah.
And we have some pictures of stormtroopers walking around Tomorrowland, and Sterling glomping onto one of their legs, just giving him a hug. I'm like, oh, okay.
To that cast member, I am eternally sorry.
I'm sure they've never had that happen before.
No, I know, but I mean, in that costume, they can't see already, and then they'll have a little kid all of a sudden just like try to tackle them by a leg. Oops.
So by this time it was after 4, and we had not heard about our room yet. So we called them, and they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry. It's not quite ready yet. Give us a little more time." I'm like, okay. So we had the kids do Jedi training instead. I don't know if this is still offered right now.
I'm not sure.
But both Caitlin and Sterling signed up for it. And it's just, oh my gosh, it is so cute.
It is.
They give the kids Padawan robes.
Yep.
And a little lightsaber.
Yep.
And teach them the ways of the Force and how to fight with a lightsaber. Like they have, it's all choreographed. Like you do this, that, and the other. And then you get to fight Darth Maul or Darth Vader. And there's a nice little, I guess, presentation. Darth Vader and Darth Maul come up. The stage goes up. And then Darth Maul and Darth Vader come out, and Darth Maul with his flashy, jumpy parkour, lightsaber.
It was cool.
Tossing
stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then each one of them will fight the kids. And Sterling was short enough where when they told him to duck, he didn't have to duck. Just sailed right over his head.
Yep. It was pretty funny.
It was fun. It was cute. I love that they did this, and I love that both of our kids wanted to participate in it.
Yeah, it was very cool. Mm-hmm. Very, very cool.
And then we got a phone call that the hotel room was ready, but they needed us to stop off at the front desk.
Yes, to which I think I was a little perturbed. I'm like, okay, come on, guys, like, get it together. It's not ready by 4, and then it's ready a lot later than that. We weren't going to have to go, you could go right to the room, and now all of a sudden we've got to go find somebody from the front desk. I'm like, oh, this is insane. Fine, let's just...
Yeah. And we got the call at around 5:30 because I have pictures of our room at around 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we got to the front desk and they're like, okay, we have to show you to your room. And this was like, we were a bit confused. Like, why do you guys need to escort us?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they escorted us to the room and we stopped in front of a room that said Adventureland Suite.
Uh-huh.
And at this point, I was just totally shell-shocked for the remainder of the room tour.
Yes.
The 2-bedroom room tour
Yes.
that they gave us
Uh-huh.
in the Adventureland Suite, which is themed after Jungle Cruise and Indiana Jones.
It was, I have
I mean,
goosebumps right now just thinking about it.
It was amazing.
This was the biggest pixie dust thing I think we have ever had.
Yes. Yeah.
It was amazing.
And
this room, this suite.
The
Holy
suite.
cow.
Yeah. I just remember being like, oh, okay. Thank you. This is really nice. Like, I was totally shell-shocked. I did not have the, I think, over-the-top reaction that the cast member was expecting.
Yeah.
Because I was flabbergasted.
Well, we'd also been going for a long time because you have to get up pretty early for disembarkation.
Yeah.
And then the travel rigmarole and then the delays. And I think we were just like mentally wiped out. But this suite is incredible. It's got a full living room. It has a library nook that has kind of like a little mini day bed in it that Sterling was small enough. That was his bed.
Yep. It has a full kitchen,
Full dining room.
a master suite,
Yes.
and a second bedroom suite as well.
Yes. The master suite has these beautiful overstuffed leather chairs in it. It has a claw-footed tub out in the middle of the room because, hey, why not? The bathroom, the ensuite bathroom, is ginormous and incredibly well appointed, and this beautiful shower and everything. Oh, and then, by the way, there's also an in-room sauna, like grotto that they call it.
Yes.
Like,
It's like an offshoot of the shower.
yeah. Caitlin had her own suite, her own rooms that were all decorated like the inside of a safari tent.
Yeah, like a big safari tent.
Yeah, so you didn't see like the the sheetrock walls. It was all upholstered with canvas and a peaked roof. It was so amazing.
It was amazing. We were not expecting this
No.
at all. It was, again, amazing.
We will share a bunch of pictures of this.
Yep. Yeah, and this is going to be one where we'll have to do it over a couple of days just because of the size of the suite
Yeah.
and everything it entails. The decor in this place is awesome.
You walk in and there are tiki masks on the walls on both sides. The suite has a doorbell. And when the doorbell goes off, there's, I think, 3, maybe 4 different songs that the tikis go through. So think about in the tiki room where all the tikis on the walls like start chanting and moving their mouths and all their eyes and all the rest of that
Drumming.
stuff.
Yep.
This happens in your room. It's so cool.
It's so cool. Yes. We were a bit
Shell-shocked, really.
Shell-shocked, yeah. We were just rather taken aback that we were in this room. And I think the kids were like, oh, wow, our parents got us a pretty cool room to stay in. I'm like, no, guys.
Yeah.
Do not expect this ever again.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what the rack rate for this room is, but I know it's extremely much up there.
A lot.
A lot.
A
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. So we unpacked, put our stuff down, had dinner, and then went back to the parks.
Yep.
We were there until it closed, which is like midnight.
Yep. I think we ordered room service, didn't we? And
yeah, we
at
did one night. I wonder if that was this night.
I think we ate there at the dining table. Mm-hmm. And oh yeah, it was pretty amazing. Yeah, and then we went back to the parks because we were gluttons for punishment.
Yep. We stayed till midnight.
Yeah, we did.
It looks like we did Space Mountain or took pictures of Space Mountain. We did Haunted Mansion, of course, because that is my favorite ride. And it happened to have the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay on it, which I love so much.
Very cool.
It's really fun.
Love that overlay. That was a late night. We had a great time, but it was a late night.
And when we were down there, it happened to coincide with Disneyland's 60th anniversary celebration, the Diamond Celebration. So there was a bunch of different photo opportunities for this celebration, as well as pins, special stuff, merchandise. It also happened to be Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party while we were down there.
Yep. And so we did that at the end of our second day. We slept in a little bit. We didn't do anything. I think we didn't get to the parks until like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then we went over and we hit Cars Land over in California Adventure. And Sterling and I hung out and did the Mater's Junkyard Jamboree while Alicia and Caitlin went and did Radiator Springs Racers. And he and I just had a grand old time. It was so fun. We even got to go see, what is the Flick? That's right. And Heimlich's Choo Choo Train.
Yes.
CHEW. All that is gone now. That's where Avengers Campus is today. Yep. But it was great. We had a grand old time while you two were in the line effectively for Radiator Springs.
I don't think it was too busy either.
No, it wasn't too bad.
October.
I mean, it was it was a weekend. Oh no, that day was a Monday, so I take that back. So yeah, it was Monday, October 5th. So everybody's still in school. It was a beautiful day. It wasn't too hot. It was just fantastic.
And I think Sterling and I went back to the hotel for his nap, and you and Caitlin decided to go on California Screamin'.
Heck yeah. All that good stuff. We just had a really fun time. And this was, again, before we were taking pictures of everything and thinking of doing a podcast or anything else. So we actually just enjoyed a bunch of time in the parks doing a bunch of stuff and didn't take pictures of it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Which seems just so anathema these days, but whatever.
It's all pictures all the time now.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's how you commemorate things, right?
Absolutely.
Yep. And yeah, that evening was the Not So Scary Halloween party, which is now called the Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yes.
But this was in...
the Oogie Boogie Bash, I think, like, Not So Scary Halloween party is fun. It's a great time. Oogie Boogie, amp that up by like a factor of 10.
Yeah, and we have not been to the Oogie Boogie Bash yet. Someday, I'm sure we will. And I don't know a huge amount about it. I haven't done a lot of research on it. I don't know if it encompasses both parks or if it's just California Adventure or what.
We have to go figure this out.
Yeah, the Not So Scary was Disneyland. And I remember we went in and we saw a line of villains and we saw Hades. We're like, oh, we got to get a picture with Hades.
And he's tall.
He's tall. He's very tall. We got a picture with Hades. And then the cast member's like, I'm sorry. Were you in the line behind all these people? And we're like, oh my gosh, we were not. We just jumped right in. I felt so bad. You don't remember that, do you?
I don't remember that at all.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We just kind of jumped in front of everybody. Whoops. Yeah, I did. And I didn't realize it. I didn't see a big long line or anything.
Well, here's our public apology.
Yes, our public apology.
We were those people. Completely unintentional.
Yeah.
We are sorry.
Then we got pictures in front of the big, huge Mickey pumpkin on Main Street at the front part of Main Street with Caitlin and Sterling dressed up as
Indiana Caitlin
Doctor Who? 10th Doctor. Yep. No. 10th Doctor, not Doctor Who.
Sorry, I apologize. I should know better than that.
You should.
And I got to give Alicia a shout out here. She created a candy bag for Sterling for this year that was absolutely fantastic. It is made out of like construction felt or whatever you call it, like a rigid felt, but it's the TARDIS. from Doctor Who. And it's a good, I don't know, 15, 16 inches tall. And it was his candy bag. Oh, Alicia really knocked it out of the park.
I don't know how he did that. I'm not a crafty person.
No, but you did it. Good job. Good job.
Thank you
And we
much.
just have a bunch of pictures of a bunch of the decor around the park and all the jack-o'-lanterns. And we went and rode Indiana Jones because, Caitlin was dressed up as her favorite character there. And headed over towards Pirates and Haunted Mansion. And this is back in the day when cell phone cameras did really horrible in low light. So
Yes. Yeah, it was a good evening. I don't think we stayed out as late.
no, I think you're right.
Yeah, just because, we have a 4-year-old, and we had stayed out till midnight the last night. So,
I think we called it around 9:00.
probably.
Yeah. And then we had one more day in the parks the next day. We started out with the classics, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride up first,
Of course. Yep.
as you do. Some beautiful shots of the diminutive castle in its 60th anniversary regalia.
I'm pretty sure that we did Matterhorn. I can't remember if Sterling was old enough to do Matterhorn or not.
I did not, so I will
yeah.
imagine that I hung out with Sterling.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever been on Matterhorn.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, it may be difficult for you to get in and out of.
yeah.
If I did do it on this one, it may be in the next time we went to Disneyland. It was a not so nice chiropractic adjustment.
Not gentle.
No. Oh no, I'm probably thinking the 2018 trip that we did.
Okay.
No.
We'll strike that from the record.
Yeah, strike that from the record. Although they did have a really cool shot, a photo shoot of scaling up the fun at the Matterhorn, where they basically turn the picture sideways so it looks like you're stomping up a mountain,
Yes. Holding onto a rope.
holding onto a rope. Yep.
Yeah. It was cool. And we did Small World because, duh.
Yeah, you got to. It's the original, the OG.
Yeah.
We did Small World. We went to Toontown, rode Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin.
Yep.
Went on the Gadget Go coaster, met Mickey. Fun
Yep.
times.
Yeah. Saw the parade with the marching band and got some more pictures with some jack-o'-lanterns and all the rest of that good stuff. I think we went and took a nap in the afternoon because we knew it was going to be another late night.
Yeah.
Because we had a dinner reservation at Carthay Circle for the show for World of Color. So it was a dining and fancy seating package. And I don't think Sterling actually took that nap because this is our night, the infamous night. We alluded to it a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Where he crashed in the booth there at Carthay Circle. And so we have this study in pictures of him slowly scooching up closer and closer to Alicia and then slipping down further and further and falling asleep.
Yep. Falling
the
asleep,
bench.
face down on the
Yes.
bench. We put the happy birthday button on his bum.
It was fun.
And, he's sleeping. We figured he'd wake up and maybe have some ice cream and then we'd head on.
No.
He woke up at the very end of the meal, which is nice because it was at the very end we were about to get.
Right, but he slept
dessert.
for like an hour and a half.
Yeah. And he was in a very unhappy mood when he woke up. Very unhappy mood, like temper tantrum mood.
And I don't remember him ever having temper tantrums. Not classic temper tantrums like you think most kids. I mean, like, I'm not saying that either of our kids were angels all the time, but like neither of them were prone to temper tantrums. But Sterling like blew a circuit and it
Poor
wasn't
dude.
just a temper tantrum. Like he went nuclear. Like I did my best. We were trying to calm him down and he was just not having it. And so I picked him up and, gave him a hug and all sorts of stuff, but exited the restaurant and we were like done with dessert and everything, so it
Yeah.
didn't miss anything.
It was on the way out.
But I didn't want to ruin like everybody else's experience there. And so we didn't let it go too long. But he was like, he started kicking me. And we eventually, let's see, as you come out of Carthay Circle Restaurant and head, as you exit the door, you go to the right. There's kind of like a wedge courtyard, like a pie wedge courtyard over back there. And I finally just had to like put him down, like stand him up on the ground and let him go. And he just like took off. And I just, thankfully it was like all walled in and there was just a 6 foot wide entrance. And I'm like, I'm just going to make sure he doesn't get out of here and he can go insane. And at least I can keep an eye on him. But like, it was not a good moment.
Yeah. It was a kiddo meltdown.
Total.
They happen.
Yep.
It's hard in the moment. I mean, you look back on it and you're like, yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense. He's been with what we were doing. It would make sense because he didn't have his regular schedule going on. We had been going hard with just all the park stuff.
Well, and then the cruise for basically a week beforehand, and like he was out of his element. And I think he finally just hit his breaking point. And frankly, so did I, and so did Alicia, because like this was just, this was unprecedented. We didn't have skills to really, or experience in handling this. But we needed to get to World of Color because we had like special seating that was part of the dinner package. And so we kind of got him calmed down a little bit, but like enough that I could pick him up and kind of carry him, over towards the lake for the show. And, I alluded to it a couple of weeks ago. There was a vendor walking by with, a bunch of balloons and had a light up Mickey glow wand, almost like a lightsaber with a glowing Mickey on the hilt. Yep. And I was just like, I don't know, maybe this will work. Hey buddy, you want one of these? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And like, I bribed my kid out of a temper tantrum. Yep. He had been going for like a half hour, showed no real signs of slowing down. I was desperate. I apologize for setting such a horrible precedent to others and to him. But yeah, I bribed my kid out of a temper tantrum and it worked.
It worked.
So
we got to see World of Color, watch it for a bit.
We did not make it to the seating area.
No.
The viewing area. I don't remember if there was seats or not.
We still saw it.
Yeah, because we were just too late getting there, which is a bummer. But yeah, we still saw it. And it was I love that show. I still love that show. Mm-hmm.
It's gorgeous.
But I think, I don't know, my brain was still going from that whole experience with Sterling. Like I didn't really enjoy the show as much as I have since then and seeing it other times. I think this was our first time seeing World of Color.
Probably.
And
that sounds about right.
So that was disappointing, I guess, in the short term, but it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, after that, we knew it was like, okay, we're not pushing our luck anymore. Yeah. And we headed back to the room. We did check out the lounge there at the Disneyland Hotel, which we had access to, and saw some of the fireworks from Disneyland that evening, and that was kind of cool to see. And then we called it. It was time to be done. Mm-hmm. Back to our amazing suite. Yes.
Yeah, back to our amazing suite. That was our last night there. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that was.
Yeah, it was our last night.
The next morning we had breakfast over at Chef Goofy's. We had character dining, and always a fun experience over there.
Goofy's Kitchen.
I apologize. Chef Mickey's, Goofy's Kitchen. Yeah, East Side, West Side. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, we had breakfast there, and it looks like Sterling had Chip and Dale plushes with him. Probably more bribery. I have no idea. Yep. So he had the chipmunks with him, and he showed them off to Chip and Dale, and they were appropriately awed to see little mini versions of themselves.
Then we packed up and we took a whole bunch more pictures of the suite.
Yep.
Since we knew that this was probably it and we were never going to be back there.
Yes. Yeah. And like I said, the decor in here is just phenomenal. All the different prints that they have based off of the Indiana Jones ride and the Jungle Cruise. Just some really neat looking art. We'll post some pictures, like I said. It looks like we took pictures of each individual tiki mask in the front hall area, the foyer, if you will.
I will. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually looking up right now if we wanted to go. Like, what is the rate at that room?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So if we wanted to go book that suite, it's $4,368 a night.
Yep.
And we were there for 3 nights.
Yeah. That's one heck of a Pixie. A Pixie Dust upgrade. Now, there are multiple themed suites in the Disneyland Hotel. The Adventureland Suite is a 2-bedroom suite. The Big Thunder Suite, based off of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, is a 2-bedroom suite as well.
Yeah.
Then there's the Mickey Mouse Suite. It is a 2-bedroom. The Pirate Suite is a 2-bedroom. And then the Fairy Tale Suite is a 1-bedroom.
Right. We weren't able to click around and find the date that had the Fairy Tale Suite open. So I don't know if it's going to be the same amount, but let's just face it, it's going to be up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was an incredible amount of pixie dust right there for us to spend 3 nights in the Adventureland Suite.
Mm-hmm. It was amazing. We had so much fun just being able to be in this beautiful suite at Disneyland during their 60th Diamond Celebration.
Yep.
It's very fun.
And Halloween on the high seas the week before, and beautiful cruise down the coast, and then Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party at Disneyland. This was a pretty epic trip.
This was an epic trip, definitely.
And if you want to take an epic trip like this, we highly recommend you work with a travel agent. We know a lot of tips and tricks, but a travel agent will have your back and help you make this magic happen.
If you have any questions or suggestions, you can send an email to podcast@adventuresandmousecapades.com. And feel free to follow us on social media at Our Mousecapades. Take a second and rate and review us in your podcast app so you can help people find us.
Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.
Bye.